I'm Damon Bruce. Good to have you along for the NBA here on 2K Sports. The deciding game of the Eastern Conference First Round Series. It's going to be the Indiana Pacers up against the Brooklyn Nets. NBA action.
For some, success is measured by progress. One step, then another. The journey is hard, but holds its own rewards. For others, only the destination counts. Only one measure of achievement truly matters. Indeed, history is written by the winners. The story continues. The NBA Playoffs, Round 1.
Series, it will end here tonight. The deciding Game 7, Round 1 in the East. Happy to bring you all the action. I'm Kevin Hart. Alongside Mark Kelly and Steve Kerr. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. It's Indiana taking on the Brooklyn Nets. And now we take a quick check at the matchups. Our starting five for both teams. And guys, taking a look at Paul George, what will we see from him?
Well, he's an exciting young player. Almost 6'10", great athleticism, length, dynamic finisher at the rim, and he can guard multiple positions defensively.
And you know what, Steve? His growth defensively has been just as impressive. He uses that length to great advantage, contesting shots and coming away with deflections and steals.
And look at the Nets. It all comes down to this. A well-fought series so far, but only one team will walk away victorious.
Well, it's their entire season wrapped into one game. That's what we have here tonight, and I'm sure they're very thankful to be playing in front of their home fans because they're going absolutely nuts right now.
Steve, I don't know if I've ever been in an arena more charged up than this one is today. I mean, it is absolutely ear-splitting in here. And I'll bet the players are even more excited than the fans. What a great environment.
Now here's Williams. Johnson outside. Goes back up. And a foul ball on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
The offense just getting right to the rim, but at least they saved the layup with the foul.
That's old school basketball rules. I mean, at the end of the day, no easy layup. Earn it from the line.
Brooklyn shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. And the first one drops. Johnson hits them both. And here is Hill. Just a screen on Williams. Back to Bynum. Passes it to George. For the three. No good. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. They lost the last game on Tuesday.
And I think the sort of issues they had on defense in part was a bigger factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was on the road. You have to be sharper when you go out and play as a visitor.
Yeah, everything has to be tight. You can't be loose in any aspect of your game. You're fighting against the crowd and the opponent. You've got to be tougher, mentally and physically, if you're going to win on the road.
Here's George. Darren Williams picking up that last basket. Shot clock at 5. And George, here we go. Buried from 15 feet out. Williams with the ball. Johnson outside. Defended by George. Takes it from 10. Johnson can't hit.
You'd expect him to nail that one being that close to the hoop.
Brooklyn on defense. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
I had a chance to talk with the head coach for Brooklyn. He thinks the pace of this game will be a big factor here today. He said we've got to play this game at our speed and not let them dictate the tempo. With home court advantage here in the final game,
course. Thank you very much. And Turner with the block. Second shot opportunity. And can't hit the shot. But they're saying he got hacked, so he'll head to the free throw line. It's on Andrew Bynum. The Nets shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
Joe Johnson. 2 shots.
That's good from Johnson. Johnson hits them both. About 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Hill against Williams. And George kicks the Bynum. West inside. Lopez with the steal. Pierce with it. Picked up by Turner. It is now to Johnson. Puts it up. And it's Johnson again missing.
Just cannot find the rhythm. Still yet to hit a shot this quarter.
Outside Turner. It's back to Hill. Well, setting the pick for Hill. It's good from long range. Hill's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And that's why teams emphasize the use of screens and picks, just to get you some open looks like that one.
Outside Williams. He passes to Johnson. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
He slipped into quite a funk here, Clark.
I think that's a good word to describe it. I mean, the basket is looking awfully small to him at the moment.
Hill with it. Williams picks him up. Hill dishes to George. 6 to shoot. George gets a screen from Bynum. Here's Turner. And Indiana, another 3.
Got 3 out of 4 from the floor, so a good start for this club.
Nets have gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. Hill against Williams. The feed to Johnson. And the Nets miss again.
And it seems like nothing is falling for him this quarter. He's really out of his rhythm.
They've definitely hit that groove offensively.
They sure have, guys. I mean, really aggressive. And I like that posture and mindset. Stay aggressive.
Steve, you like groove, don't you?
I do. I love groove, Kevin, and I love the attack mode this team is in, too. I mean, they're really getting into the paint. They're getting whatever they want offensively.
Now George. After the missed 3 from Joe Johnson. That's good. Johnson's got 6.
Well, he needed to see the ball go through the hoop. That's his first make in 7 tries.
Hill passes to George. Turner. Feeds it to Bynum. Lopez is there. Goes up low. Shot is off. For Brooklyn, they've gone just 2 of 8 shooting so far, just 25%. Here's Williams. It's stolen by Hill. Left side West. Good. The assist goes to Hill.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
Brooklyn trailing. Williams kicks to Johnson. Pass to Pierce. He feeds it to Williams. Pass to Lopez. Bynum with the steal. Hill dishes to Bynum. Turner with it. Williams picks him up. Here's George. And Jackson with the block.
Things have kind of gone south for him here in the quarter.
The rebound by Paul George.
Hey, I like creativity and a circus finish as much as anybody. But you better be sure you got a chance to make it.
A rebound by the Nets.
Boy, he has been struggling mightily in this quarter, guys.
True, he really seems to have tightened up a bit for whatever reason. He looks tight.
I'd say that shot was well within his range.
You think so? I mean, I was pretty good from 2 feet in myself. That's a gimme there.
So, timeout called here, the first for Indiana. Let's bring out the 2K leaderboard and show you the players with the best shooting percentage in the regular season. Andrew Bynum is second.
Boy, you look at these numbers, they're amazing. I mean, really solid. It points out the fact that when you're on this list, you've taken good shots and you've made a high percentage of them, but I really think it speaks to shot selection as much as it does shot making.
Here's Hill. Now the pass to George. And once again off the mark by Indiana.
Well, that was not a smart play there. That's a wild shot. They can get something better.
No, that's not smart basketball. He should have passed that shot up.
Watch the pass to Williams. Off the left rim and out.
You just assume he's going to knock those down when he's as open as he was there.
George with the ball. Now Karolinko defending. Here's Hill. Here's Hibbert. The shot is off. Good D by Johnson. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting a pretty distressing 27% here in the early minutes. Williams gets the bucket.
Dropped that one in as soft as a feather using the finger roll.
Indiana's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Outside Hill. Kicks it to Scola. Indiana moving it around. Hill dishes to George. And the assist goes to Hill. George has got 5 points so far.
The defenders need to talk to each other. The communication lacking there on that three-pointer.
Back to Karolinko. Johnson, defended by George. Anderson outside. He dishes it to Karolinko. 6 on the shot clock. Got a piece of it. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. Indiana making some changes. Chris Copeland's checked in for Turner. Lance Stevenson subbed in for Paul George. And stolen by Watson. And here's the fast break. Watson leading the way. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, you know what they say, lose track of your man and you'll find him at the rim. Well, you'll actually find this guy in the corner.
Yeah, you said it, more than found of those corner triples, isn't he? Hey, it's a high percentage shot. It's the shortest of the three-point shots you can take, and he's not the only one that likes it.
Free throw drops for Watson. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time.
Right from the start, they've been aggressive on the glass. Most of the rebounds seem to be going their way.
And Steve, I think they are ready for the fight today.
So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. Off the inbound pass. Watch. Great tee that time from Hibbert. Indiana leading. Now Watson. He kicks to Stevenson. Dishes it to Scola. Passes it to Watson. Shot clock at 6. Puts the lead pass in front of him. And it's Hibbert missing. The net shooting well off their usual numbers, around 29% so far. Outside Teague. Thornton. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Thornton's got his first bucket in this one. Indiana's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. 1:31 left here in the opening quarter. Hibbert with a screen on Thornton. Stevenson kicks to Watson. And the foul on Marcus Teague. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second foul already, and that's going to force him to, I think, tone it down a little bit at the defensive end.
Mahinmi's checked in for Roy Hibbert. On defense, Brooklyn. Mahinmi passes to Allen. The dish to Copeland. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
Way too loose on that inbounds pass.
And here comes T. We've got 1:08 left to play in the first quarter. Clock at 6. He passes to Thornton. A shot. Good as a Josh Allen. Thornton's got his second bucket of the game to go. 54 seconds left to play here in the first. Stevenson kicks to Mahinmi. Copeland. The feed to Watson. Watson gets a screen from Mahinmi. Watson dishes to Mahinmi. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Watson's shot is off. The Nets with the lead. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Kirilenko kicks to Thornton. Off target from three-point range. The Pacers shooting 33% here in the first quarter. Stevenson passes to Copeland. Feeds it to Stevenson. Watson dishes to Stevenson. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk. Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rack.
You know, the guys on the bench are going crazy right now at the sight of that jam.
Just 4 seconds left here in the first quarter. 1 second left. Tie game in Brooklyn. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. Back to this Game 7 as we get ready to get back into the action. Hey guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
And that first quarter was all about pace, guys, because this club really got out into transition, and that's how they built this lead.
They like to play fast, and they're doing a nice job filling the lane.
Indiana's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they let it fly from downtown. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play on the court for Indiana. Chris Copeland is out there with LaVar Allen. That's Lance Stevenson, and there's Ian Mahinmi, and it's Watson in at the point.
Perseverance paying off on the offensive boards, guys.
Brooklyn trailing. Here is Livingston. Livingston gets a screen from Teletovic. Livingston kicks to Thornton. And it's good, assisting on the play with Livingston. Thornton's got 7 points. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, no team able to build a big lead early on. I mean, it's tight.
What do you think, Steve?
Well, both teams still kind of feeling each other out here. And neither team has been able to find an edge in this game.
Now, here's Stevenson. Good on the shot.
You know, the only tough part of that basket for him was getting into such good position. The rest of it seemed easy.
Livingston passes to Kirilenko. He feeds it to Livingston. Toletovic. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here is Livingston. He's covered by Watson. Just 3 to shoot. Here's Thornton. It's rebounded by Mahinmi. The Pacers have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Watson dishes to Stevenson. Allen with the screen for Stevenson. Pass to Allen. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
You know, even from here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Yep, pretty obvious. And a good call by the official.
For Indiana, they have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. First free throw is good. Andrew Bynum's checked in for Indiana. Paul George comes in for Chris Copeland. Drops them both. Here is Livingston. Second quarter play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Outside Pierce. All sorts of time. And that one goes long.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
Watson kicks to Stevenson. Outside, George. Defended by Livingston. The pass to Stevenson. 6 on the shot clock. And once again off the mark by Indiana. Here's Bynum. The finger roll finish at the bucket.
Gotta love the finger roll up and over the defense.
Nets trailed by 5. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Outside Pierce. Again, Pierce missing. The Pacers have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. A nice shot by Jordan.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
Yeah, I think that's what's keyed this run, Clark, because they're keeping the ball moving. Defense hasn't been able to set up.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
He just is not happy with how his team is executing. And they've been on the wrong side of this run. It's time for a momentum shift.
You know, sometimes just getting off the court, taking a break, and coming back out fresh will give you a chance to pull together.
And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Now, here's Thornton. He has 7. Williams that's for 2. And he drops that one in. Williams has got 8. Pacers leading by 6. And here's Watson. Pass to George. On the arc. That doesn't go either for George.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Outside Williams. Williams gets a screen from Williams. Outside Pierce. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Williams goes up on the wing. He cleans that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Williams has got 4 points now in the quarter. Indiana's gotten fewer than half of their 3-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Stevenson kicks to George. He dishes it to Stevenson. Pass to Watson. From downtown. Rebound, Brooklyn. Pierce with it. He has put up any points in this one. Thornton passes to Pierce. Kicks to Williams. Dishes it to Thornton. No good on the triple.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, they were very lucky defensively because there was some miscommunication there. They left him wide open.
Watson with it. He's guarded by Williams. Watson dishes to George. West. Watson for three. The shot's good on the assist by West. And the Pacers lead by 7.
That's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Yeah, shoddy defense there. Far too slow to react on the closeouts.
Thornton with it. Now guarded by Stevenson. Williams inside the line. From out of the wing, he knocks it down. And Williams has got 12 in the game.
I'll tell you what, he's enjoyed a very good day shooting the ball so far. He can bring them right back into this.
And the Pacers call time here.
It's like he saw some things out there that needed adjusting and wants to talk it over a little bit with his club.
I don't think you can ever go wrong burning a timeout if you see something you don't like and you need to talk about it.
George Hill's checked in for C.J. Watson. Pacers leading by 5. He kicks it to Stevenson. It's back to Hill. Wants to screen on Williams. Deflects the pass. Kevin Garnett with the steal. Now Thornton. He's got 7. There's the dish to Williams. 6 to shoot. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Pacers ball.
Here are some of the league's monsters in the middle. The players with the most blocks in the regular season. Brook Lopez, number 1.
You know, when you talk about having an impact on the team from a defensive standpoint, you've got to talk about this guy. I mean, he's broken up plays. He's disruptive. He denies in the paint. He denies shots. He challenges shots. I mean, he's a tremendous athlete, and because of that, he does a great job defensively.
Evan Turner, he's checked in for Indiana. Williams against Hill. It's George on the wing. It's back to Hill. A 3. That's good. Hill's got 6 points.
Defensively, they're really scattered right now, giving up so many open looks from the three-point line.
Yeah, they are splashing them. Their last 3 buckets have all come from behind the arc.
Timeout called. The Nets.
He needs to get them back into a flow offensively. You know, things have gotten stagnant for them, and they're starting to force some of these shots.
And that can snowball on you. One guy takes a bad shot, then another guy does, and then you're missing back-to-back-to-back shots. All of a sudden, you have no rhythm and you're self-inflicting wounds.
Here's Williams. He's got 12. Hill's there. And there's the feed to Thornton. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
This has not at all been the kind of performance they've needed out of him.
Hill gets to Turner. On the wing, George. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. The Nets trailed by 8. Garnett with the screen for Williams. Marcus Thornton on the wing. And that one hits back iron. The Pacers have gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. Turner passes to Bynum. Back to Turner. Count that one. Turner's got his second bucket tonight.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding. They are piling up the assists.
Now, here's Thornton. He has 7. Thornton off a kick from Garnett. Shot clock at 6. The tray. The kick out to Williams. A second chance effort. And the layup is good. Williams has got 8 here in the quarter.
You know, he started out hot, and he's only gotten hotter. He could be in for one of those games.
Now, here is Hill. He's got 6. Feeds to Bynum. Lopez is there. Shoots from the baseline. Again, Indiana.
He didn't get off to much of a start early on, but he seems to have shaken off the rust here in the quarter.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Williams dishes to Thornton. 1:58 left now here in the second. Clock at 6. He feeds it to Pierce. Turner with the steal. And Turner with a clear path to the right. Goes down the breakaway jam. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for Indiana.
And they've come out in attack mode defensively, applying pressure and stealing the ball repeatedly.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Williams with the ball. He's picked up by Hill. And Thornton again missing.
Kevin, I tell you, his three-point shot has looked awful here in the second quarter. He's trying to shoot his way out of the slump. He needs to give it a rest and try something else. Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
But, you know, they've got a nice lead. Don't take any chances. The simple one-hander is just fine.
1:16 left to play here in the half. Outside Williams. Pass to Lopez. Here's Garnett. And there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup. And looked like there was some contact. I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So we've got a couple of free throws coming up. Indiana making some changes. Andre Kirilenko checked in for Lopez. Alan Anderson comes in for Paul Pierce. And it's Johnson in for Marcus Thornton. And the Pacers with possession here. They've led by as many as 14 points. Hill kicks to Hibbert. And the pass to Turner. He dishes it to Scola. Back to Turner. Indiana moving the ball over. The three from Hill. It's Anderson with the drive. Williams with the ball. He's picked up by Hill. Johnson outside. It's Kirilenko on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Johnson. Shoots. Rebounded by Luis Scola.
That's his comfort zone, so defensively, really nice job challenging the shot.
Hill against Johnson. Hill kicks to Scola. Brooklyn with the rebound. Johnson's got his 4th rebound in this one. Takes the 3. Just knocked down the buzzer beater.
That's a very important shot to cut the lead to single digits going to halftime.
And we've reached halftime in this one. Pacers lead by 8. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Welcome to the halftime report on 2K Sports for this deciding game of round 1. So much is riding on this contest. Let's look at what's happened so far. Indiana with the lead against Brooklyn. They're working to build upon the success and momentum of their Game 6 victory. They want to take Game 7. It's Paul George leading them in scoring. We all know he can deliver huge performances, and he could be on his way to another. And And this dedicated Nets team is weathering the storm. They'd like to forget that first half. Coach has not been happy with what he's seen out there, and they'll likely come out with major adjustments. Joe Johnson has not had a good showing. Everything's been rimming out for him. He's got to be frustrated. And that'll be our report. Thanks so much for joining us. We hope to see you next time.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back as we get set to continue our coverage of this round one playoff matchup.
A good quarter for Williams. He has 14 points and also a block shot.
Let's just take a moment to appreciate the all-around effort that he's put in here today.
The numbers tell the story, Steve. He is filling up just about every column of that box sheet.
The front court trio of Pierce, Garnett, and Brook Lopez. Deron Williams and Joe Johnson at the 1 and 2. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. The three from George. Nets trail by 8. Outside Pierce. Pass to Williams. Back to Pierce. Plenty of space. Here's Lopez. The basket drops, and it's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Well, the number one priority for defense when you face this guy is to keep him getting anywhere from the basket because he's just so strong as a finisher.
And you've really got to also admire his steadiness. I mean, no matter what the situation is, he's not going to change his game and risk a drop-off. Very consistent in his approach and production.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Lopez, no good on the free throw. Indiana leading by 6. George passes to Bynum. Back to George. He passes to West. Stolen by Pierce. Lopez outside. And it's Brooklyn scoring again.
You're going to be waiting a long time if you're waiting for him to miss that and lose that open.
Outside Hill. That's the screen on Williams. Hill kicks to George. That doesn't go either for George. Next trail by 4. Johnson dishes to Williams. Into Brook Lopez. The second effort, and it's good on the way. Lopez has got 6 points.
You got to put bodies on the glass right there. They're just not getting it done on the board.
Yeah, they got to do a much better job of going harder than that to the glass.
Hill passes to George. Turner. Passes to West. Banked in off the glass. West has got his second basket of the night.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Well, that's important because this game, I think, is going to be decided by who controls the paint in crunch time.
Now here's Williams. 14 points for him. Johnson, that's for 2. Good. A nice assist for Williams. And that's 11 points for Joe Johnson. Indiana's gotten a 3-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. Hill gets a screen from Bynum. Hill kicks it to West. Dishes to Bynum. Lopez is there. 6 to shoot. Bynum, no good.
You've got to like what they've been doing down there in the low post part.
I love it. Their rebounding has been outstanding. So important in a tight game.
The defense was ready for him that time, and they had to be. He is so powerful in the lane.
Hill dishes to Bynum. Turner kicks it to George. Looking to get it going. But that hits. Excellent D there from Pierce. Johnson left side. Outside Williams. To tie. Second chance shot. And Lopez with the nice bucket inside. Lopez has got 8. The Pacers have gone 4 of 5 for the field since halftime. Early slow start offensively. Hill kicks to George. The dish to Turner. Back to George. Left side, George. Another shot. And so he draws the foul on the shot on trip to the line to shoot two.
Looking at the game for George, 10 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
Well, they might want to think about setting a few more screens for him to try to give him another open look or two.
It's his first trip to the line. And he knocks down the first one. Indiana making some changes. Hibbert comes in for Andrew Bynum. And Mahinmi's subbed in for David West. Goes in. Two from the line that time. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Williams kicks to Johnson. Pierce, Turner covering. The 17-footer. Misses off the left iron. Indiana leading. Outside Hill. He kicks it to George. Now the feed to Turner. Inside to Hibbert. Taken away by Kirilenko. And here is Williams. 14 points for him. The shot by Pierce will not go.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
Well, you don't see him miss that shot very often. When he's open like that, it's usually lights out.
Now here is Hill. The lead is 2. Right side Hill. Shot clock at 6. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron. The Nets have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. Hill against Williams. Feeds to Johnson. Gets it to go. Johnson's got 4 points in the quarter.
They are not rotating really quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
And even if it costs them some foul trouble, I mean, they need to start putting some bodies on bodies. Be physical.
Now here is Hill. 8 points for him. Hill gets a screen from Mahinmi. There's a screen. Just 5 on the clock. George passes to Hill. From deep 3-point range. Again missing Hill.
Do not like the execution at all there, Craig.
That's not something that they wanted to do, Clark. It looked like they just tried to rush something up there with the shot clock winding down.
Turner with it. 7 points in the game. Outside Hill. Hibbert dishes to Hill. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. And to make it into the postseason, you need a lot of versatility. Here's a look at the top rebounding shooting guards during the regular season. Paul George on top.
And a two-guard who's as prolific as a rebounder as he is, that's a rare breed in the NBA. I mean, it defies conventional wisdom that he's able to pull down as many boards as he does from that position.
Well, I start with his athleticism, Steve. I mean, that makes it possible. And he's got a nice feel for playing in the post as well. He doesn't look out of place down there like a lot of shooting guards do.
The Nets making a switch here. Teague's checked in. And Brooklyn has possession. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Johnson goes in. Back to Teague. He feeds it to Johnson. And the Nets miss again.
You know, not only is the game neck and tight, but the rebounding battle is too. Extremely close on the board.
Yeah, both teams have really put in a terrific effort down low.
Here's Hill. Again, missing Hill. For Brooklyn, they've gone 6 of 14 since halftime. A little call from the field. Kirilenko kicks the tee. Pass to Johnson. To tie. That's good. And so Teague with the assist. Teague's got his 3rd assist on the night. Indiana's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Outside, George. Hibbert with the screen on Teague. And it's Hill penetrating. Here's Hibbert. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
You know, he's really adept at keeping possessions alive by hitting the boards and cashing in on some of those putbacks.
And Steve, he's also the player they rally around at the defensive end. I mean, they cause some real havoc when he's out there running the show defensively.
Not loose. It's stolen by Hill. And himself. Coast-to-coast dunk. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Pacers.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And they're also really getting out in transition and scoring some hoops in the fast break tonight.
It's the Nets now. The Pacers making the shot. Teague, the pass to Johnson. Back to Teague. 6 on the shot clock. There's the triple. Evan Turner pulls it in. Turner's got his 5th rebound in this one.
He's still looking for his first three-pointer of the second half after making just 1 in the first.
Hill kicks to Hibbert. Working on Black. 9 feet out. And again, it's Roy Hibbert. And it's a 6-point Indiana lead. There's 1:54 left to play in the third. Now Teague. Back to Johnson. Here's Bloch. Heads to front of the rim and out. Pacers leading by 6. Turner gets the screen from Mahinmi. And it's Turner off the drive. It's George on the wing. Brooklyn with the rebound. Hatch has got his 6th rebound on the night. Clark David struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
T kicks to Williams. He's against Hill. Pocket 6. Outside Kirilenko. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Williams. 18 feet away and he knocks it down. Williams has got 16. And Indiana shooting well. They're at 45%. And there's the pass to Hibbert. He's against Bloch. From 7. And again, it's Roy Hibbert. Hibbert's got 6 here in this quarter.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
The defense has to make an adjustment. They've got to string together some stops, or at the very least, try to force this team into some bad shots.
Now here's Williams. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. First trip to the line for him.
At the line for 2.
Free throw good, Williams. Some changes for Indiana. Andrew Bynum's checked in for Hibbert. Lavoy Allen comes in for Mahinmi. Lance Stevenson subbed in for Paul George. both free throws good for Williams.
Yeah, that was solid. I'll tell you, he's one of the best there is up there at the foul line.
Pacers leading by 4. Hill dishes to Stevenson. Turner. Pass to Bynum. Working on Teletovic. Bynum down low. Defended by Teletovic. Off target at the rim. Williams against Hill. Williams attacking with the lead pass. And one goes. And that's 10 points for Brook Lopez.
It makes it so easy for your teammate when you can lead him with a pass like that.
And stolen by Aaron Williams. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Pacers out in front. They're up by 2. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And we welcome you back to our coverage of round 1 in the NBA playoffs. Brooklyn trailing on the court for Indiana. George Hill at the 1, Paul George at the 2. Bynum is out there with LaVoy Allen. And it's Turner in at the small forward position. Now here's Johnson. Lopez. He's guarded by Bynum. And Lopez gets it to go.
And he has picked it up here in the second half, really lighting it up now.
And here's George. Allen at the screen for George. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. He lays it in. And the Pacers lead by 2.
Nothing too fancy, just simple execution. That's getting the job done when they need to make every possession count.
I agree, Clark. They need stops, and they can't afford any wasted possessions. Those inside shots are really high-percentage looks.
Now here's Johnson. It's hauled in by Bynum. Bynum's got 5 rebounds tonight. Hill passes to Allen. He dishes it to Turner. He passes to Bynum. 6 on the shot clock. Working on Teletovic. Passes it to Hill. From deep. Oh, no luck. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Johnson attacking. Defended by George. Turn around Jay. Good. That's now 17 points for Joe Johnson. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Hill gets to Allen. Dishes it to Turner. Allen. Indiana moving it around. And the shot is good. 16 points for Paul George.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Kicks it to Lopez. Bynum out. Lopez inside. He's guarded by Bynum. Lopez, no up. For Indiana, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. George dishes to Hill. Allen is screen on Pierce. Hill with now Pierce defending. Hill kicks to George. It's back to Hill. The dish to Allen. The feed to Hill. There's the 3. That one's good. Now it's a 5-point Indiana lead.
Yeah, and that's his first 3 of the half. There may be more in store.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure good, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Those guys that away defense. Just watching them go right by.
I think we might be seeing which team is ready to take control of this game.
Oh, yeah, that's a dunk that could absolutely get them going. I agree, Clark.
Time call here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
Well, he sees something that he doesn't like. I'm not sure what it is, but I think he's going to make some changes here.
I think you've got to make your adjustments pretty quickly like he's doing here. Otherwise, things can get out of hand. So this is a good timeout.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, I was able to hear the advice Frank Vogel gave to his team during that last break. Despite the deficit, he told his guys, I've got confidence in you. We've had our backs against the wall before. You know what we need to do. Kevin, can they retake the lead?
In just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here, Hibbert the pass to George. Puts it up from 15. That one off the back iron and out.
Well, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
And Pierce, here we go. Johnson, he's guarded by Hill. Pulls up on the wing. Johnson can't hit.
Well, that was not a smart play there. That's a wild shot. They can get something better.
No, that's not smart basketball. He should have passed that shot up.
Now, here is Hill. And George gets to Turner. Feeds it to Hibbert. Lopez is there. From the post. And it's Kirilenko with the rebound. Next trail by 3. He kicks to Williams. To tie it up. That is good. Williams has got 21.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
Hill gets to Turner. He feeds it to Scola. Puts up the baby hook. And that's good off the glass that time. And the Pacers lead by 2. For Brooklyn, they've gone 4-7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Williams kicks to Johnson. Again, missed by Johnson.
Kevin, just enough presence to bother that three-point attempt there.
Well, for a guy that shoots like he does, I'd say that is an easy look.
Now, here is Hill. Pass to George. He dishes it to Turner. There's the pass to Scola. Lopez is there. Shoots. Scola, no luck. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth to take the lead. And it's Joe Johnson with the 3. Johnson's got 11 in the second half.
This guy will really make you pay if you leave him enough room outside.
Hill dishes to Hibbert. He passes it to Turner. Pass to Scola. 6 to shoot. Passes to George. Launches a 3. That's good. George has got 7 now in this quarter.
Boy, he's flipped the switch here in the fourth quarter. That's 3 of 4 shooting here.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. Paul George really making a difference here.
They don't seem to have any answers for him. They need to review their game plan and look for a way to cool him off.
David West just checked in for the Pacers. For Brooklyn, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Joe Johnson on the wing. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession.
Boy, that's embarrassing, guys. He's going to have a hard time running that one down later when they watch it on tape.
Paul Pierce is checked in for the Nets. Indiana's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Hill passes to Hibbert. George. And Pierce is tough to finish it off.
Reverse that one home. Now that was nice. Real nice.
The agility on display.
Yeah, you love that. Body control. Oof.
Oh, that one had it all, guys. Power and grace. Just beautiful.
Nets trail by 4. Lopez, a screen on Hill. Garnett with the screen for Williams. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Shoots it up. And again, it's the Nets missing. For Indiana, they've gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. And that'll be Indiana as it goes out of bounds. Pacers retain possession. Puts it up off the inbound. And Hibbert with the nice inside bucket. Now it's a 6-point Pacer lead.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Williams kicks to Johnson. Looking to end the run. And Johnson missing again.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, he had a really good look. He'll knock that down more often than not.
Now here is Hill. Turner dishes to Hill. Kicks to George. 5 on the clock. Pierce with the steal. And now in transition is Pierce. Here we go. Pacers to win. Johnson. Some solid defense there from Turner. There's the dish to Hill. Back to Turner. There's the feed to West. Four on the shot clock. Gets it to go. They got on this a little while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
And you can feel the pattern in this game, guys. They're working it inside, dominating in the paint, getting good shots at will.
Well, 4 of their last 5 baskets, guys, have been of exactly that variety.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn.
You can't be pleased with all these easy looks they continue to give up in the paint.
They're just way too porous as a defense right now. A lot of holes in that defense. It's a good time to use a timeout here.
And Brooklyn has possession. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what, a basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Johnson. It's good from the top of the key. Johnson's got 7 now in this quarter. Here's Hill. Feeds it to George. He kicks it to Turner. On the clock. Turner with the rebound. Pierce has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Williams with the ball. Picked up by Turner. Johnson, the pass to Garnett. Back to Johnson. The 19-foot shot. It's rebounded by Indiana. They've led by as many as 14 points. Here's Turner. The rebound by Garnett. Garnett's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Timeout called the Nets. They're behind by 6. 1:36 left in the fourth quarter. By 6. Left side, Williams. Gets the bucket. And the Pacers score a tie here. They're up by 4. We've got 1:28 left here in the fourth quarter. We've got 1:28 left to play in the final quarter. Now here's Hill. At the turn. West, right side. Trying to shoot. Outside, George. And fouled hard that time. No break to the line and shoot two. So Johnson picks one up.
Easy call there.
No question about that. You can hear the impact from where I am.
That's the first. That puts them up by 5. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
Good work at the line to stretch that lead out a little bit.
The Nets have gone 7-15 from the floor here in the fourth. Right around 46-47%. Outside Williams. It's Pierce with the drive. Yes! And now they trail by just 4. There's 48 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Pacers have gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the fourth quarter. Outside, George. Hill gets to Turner. Indiana moving it around. Shot clock at 6. Here's West. Indiana again missing. Timeout call the Nets. They're losing by 4. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, your thoughts?
And obviously time is a big factor here because they need to get points fast and then go for the steal, and if not, just put it up.
Hard as it is, you just have to hope the guy you send to the line doesn't convert.
And Indiana making a change here. Bynum's checked in. Brooklyn's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Williams kicks to Johnson. And a miss there on the triple. And an intentional foul right there.
But you do what you have to do to extend this game and try to get the ball back.
In this situation, clock management crucial.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 6-point ball game.
And you can wrap this one up. Great job to stay cool with the line and polish it off.
Outside, Pierce. He feeds it to Johnson. For 3. Can't get it to go. And they're going to move on to the conference semifinals. It was a solid win, Clark.
Yeah, it was, and I think it came down to will more than skill. They went out and got this one.
Well, that'll do it for now. Thanks for watching our coverage of the first round of the NBA playoffs. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long. We leave you now with our Jordan Player of the Game.